Welcome, everybody. Chad and Georgia West here for Group Team West. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We are not at our normal spot tonight. I'm actually here house sitting for a friend of mine and just having a great time watching his dogs and taking care of his beautiful home here. This is literally over 17,000 square feet home. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it kind of got me thinking a little bit about going through this home and just seeing the massive size of this place. I mean, kind of give you an idea, the master bedroom that we're staying in is over 3,000 square feet. I mean, that's twice the size of our house. It's massive, but at the same time, he is so generous, and just seeing everything that is possible when you open yourself to receiving and you work hard at stuff. And it made me think totally different about Stop Like Go and about dreams. Now, I don't want a giant mansion like this because that's a lot of cleaning, and it's just me and Georgia. Yes.
You have people to clean, but
it is amazing. And just hearing them talk about how many times they have family and friends come and stay, how many people they assist along the way that they allowed to come and stay here. And it's just, they're really amazing people. It just made me think a lot differently about my why and what's possible.
yeah, I think, it's been really interesting in the conversations that we've had, and obviously being in a different environment and getting the opportunity to see what someone else's why is, right? And what they're doing at this level, and saying, it helps us kind of have those conversations on what is it that we want and don't want, and what is our why. But I think it kind of, again, it circles back to this being open to receiving. And Chad is really great. Obviously he's talked to most of you about this. And when I first started having the conversations with Chad, I was like, oh, I'm open to receiving, I'm open to receiving. But then someone would offer something and I'd be like, no, I'm okay. Thank you. Like, oh no, I'm good. Thank you. Right. And so then he challenged me and said, are you really open to receiving? And I think it's because we have this idea that we have to, like I come from that background of that, you get what you put into it. You have to work hard. It's, by the sweat of your brow that things happen. But that's only part of the equation. I think a lot of it comes down to putting out the right energy of showing that you're kind and that you're loving and that you're giving. At the same time, you're not giving out the energy of being taken advantage of or being walked over, right? And so this idea of being open to receiving it's an exercise. It's a mental exercise of when the opportunities present themselves, even just a little bit, right? Just like, hey, you want to go out to dinner? Or, hey, you want to do this? Just those little things. As you are open to receiving those, the universe will say, okay, what else are you open to? Right. And so I just think that really just gives us, I guess, a new perspective. Right. And so for me, one of the things about here was Chad being open to receiving. I said, I'd love to go on a staycation. I would love to have a place where I could just kind of step away from the house for a while, and be pampered a little bit. And the next thing I know, he's having a conversation with his buddy, and they're in a need for someone to watch their home. And he's like, how would you like a staycation? And my initial energy still was, well, I don't know about that. And I had to catch myself and take a deep breath and go, so what does that look like? And then he tells me, I'm like, okay, right. And it's not something I ordinarily would have done, say, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm good. But Chad's really assisted me in being open to receiving. And as we learn to do that, like right now it's a staycation, but it can then become more on building our business, providing opportunity to take whatever that success is and stop, let go, and use it towards our why. And so it's really, really challenging me personally. So I thank you
Hey, absolutely.
in a great